كذبت قبلهم قوم نوح والأحزاب من بعدهم.
Umar radiallahu anhu wakes up in the morning one day. He gets up and he starts waking up the Muslims for Salat al-Fajr. They all come to the mosque and he begins his prayer. While he's in this prayer, one of the slaves, the Jewish slaves, who made a specific double-edged knife specifically for Umar radiallahu anhu, goes through the lines as the Muslims are praying and he stabs Umar several times. So much so that Umar radiallahu anhu, when he dropped to the floor, he kept praying when he was stabbed. When he finally dropped to the floor, the Muslims got him milk to drink. When he would drink it in his mouth, it would come out of his stomach, come out of the holes in his body. And this is when they knew he would die. So Umar radiallahu anhu, throughout his entire life, everything that he had done, now he's on the floor and he's dying. He goes unconscious, he wakes up. You know what he asks? He asks, have I prayed the Fajr prayer? They tell him, no ya Umar, and he faints. He wakes up again. Have I prayed the Fajr prayer? No ya Umar, and he faints. He wakes up again. Have I prayed the Fajr prayer? They go, no ya Umar, you dropped. His son brings a pillow to put under his head. He goes, remove that pillow from under my head and put my head in the dirt. Maybe Allah will see my head in the dirt and have mercy on me. Because he missed one prayer. Because he missed one prayer. And it wasn't even his fault. He was in the actual prayer. Look at his status. Look at where he was. Look how much Allah loved him. He was already guaranteed paradise. Yet look how worried he was that he missed one prayer. How many prayers do we miss? Billah alaykum. And I've tested this myself. Wake up in the morning one day late. You've missed Fajr and you're late for work. Which one are you worried about more? You've slept in the morning. You've got to be at work at 8. Fajr is at 5. You slept in, you woke up at 8:30. You're half an hour late for work and you're 3 hours late for Fajr. Which one are you more upset for? Wallahi, it would be our work. Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad? When in reality, the greatest, the most important pillar of Islam after the Shahada is our Salah. The most important pillar after the Shahada is Salah. Ali radiallahu anhu, when he would make wudu, he would shake. Ali, the warrior, the one who never faced a man one-on-one and lost the battle. The man who dared to challenge the Prophet ﷺ. He told him, the Prophet ﷺ told him, no one can ever pray a prayer with full khushu'. Ali goes, I can. The Prophet ﷺ told him, if you pray a full prayer in khushu', with complete khushu', I'll give you my abayah. So Ali radiallahu anhu gets up and he starts praying. He actually challenged the Prophet. He starts praying, and then he gives salam and he gets up. The Prophet ﷺ, did you pray the full prayer with khushu'? He goes, Ya Rasulullah, I prayed the full prayer with khushu'. Until I got to the end of the prayer, I wondered, were you going to give me the new abayah or the old abayah? Ali radiallahu anhu, the man who was this warrior, when he used to make wudu, he used to shake. They go, Ya Ali, why are you shaking? He said, how can I not shake? Don't you know who I'm going to meet? I'm going to meet the Lord of the heavens and the earth. I'm going to stand before the Lord of the heavens and the earth. Ali radiallahu anhu, look, why was he at such a great status? Very simple. One day he was praying and the house around him began to burn. He was in a house fire. And people all gathered around and they saw him, he's still praying. And then they called out to him, Ya Ali, the house is burning, Ya Ali, the house is burning, and he didn't listen. At the end of the prayer, he gave salam and he walked out. They go, Ya Ali, didn't you hear us calling out to you that the prayer is burnt? The house is burning? He replied, can you hear what you're praying? Can you actually hear others or hear things while you're praying? You couldn't understand, how could that be? Is that the true value of salah in our lives? Seriously. Do we have that khushu'? We're standing in front of Allah Azza wa Jalla, the Lord of the heavens and the earth. You know, one of the famous scholars said, he goes, if one of our sujood were to be dispersed amongst all of mankind, it would destroy us all. How dare you be in the closest position to Allah and you're thinking it other than Allah? If one of our sujood was dispersed amongst everyone on the face of this planet, we'd all be destroyed. How dare we be in the closest position to Allah and we think of other than Him? My dear brothers in Islam, the salah is the most important pillar in Islam after the shahada. Yet how many people didn't pray right now? They're right here in the gym. We didn't do anything. We didn't say anything. We did not say anything. Imam Malik radiallahu anhu, and we all know his story, his famous story, where after Asr you're not supposed to pray anything. And he walks into the mosque and he sits down. He didn't want to pray Tahiyyat al-Masjid because after Asr it's makruh. That was his opinion. As he sat down, a young child was sitting on the side. He goes, you're such a great Imam, don't you know you're supposed to pray 2 rak'at when you walk in? He got up and he prayed 2 rak'at. So his students were sitting there watching. They go, Ya Imam, how can you get up and pray? Did you find new dalil? Did you find new proof and change your opinion that you should pray? He goes, no, I'm still on my opinion. They go, then why did you pray? He goes, I didn't be from one of those who Allah mentions in the Quran, وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمُ ارْكَعُوا لَا يَرْكَعُونَ. And when it is said to them to bow, they refuse.
لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله ما لنا رب سواه